So the Yankees back in the winning column. They try to make it 2 in a row. Today's pitching matchup brought to you by People's United Bank N.A. See what know-how can do for you. Blake Snell, highly regarded minor leaguer, makes his first big league start against Masahiro Tanaka. And Paul, Tanaka is coming off probably his best start of the year.
Well, he went 7 innings, and that's kind of Joe Girardi's dream to get to the 7th inning. Using his sinker a lot more. Got 7 strikeouts last game, or 6 strikeouts, and he pitched extremely well. Got his first win. He's the ace of the staff. He's the guy you want out there with another chance to win.
Well, yesterday we had a straight steal of home. There are very few plays more exciting in all of Major League Baseball. Ellsbury did it, and we will hear from Jacoby and a couple of others when we return. Steal of home next on Yes. Yes is brought to you in part by Buick. Experience the new Buick for yourself at Buick.com. By DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you've got to get DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. And by the Honda Dream Garage Sales Event now at your Honda dealer. A little bit of an overcast day here at Yankee Stadium, but it's supposed to blow through, and the sun should shine at some point during the game. Second game of this 3-game set. The Yankees are poised to take the field, and they do. Why don't we take a look at the Tampa Bay Rays starting lineup that will face Masahiro Tanaka. The Rays come in at 7-9, and they'll lead off their second baseman, Logan Forsythe. First time in big league history, Logan to Logan back in fourth. First baseman Logan Morrison bats second. Batting third, DHing Evan Longoria. Corey Dickerson in right field. He's going to clean up. Batting fifth, playing left field, Desmond Jennings. Brad Miller, the shortstop, bats sixth. Batting seventh, playing third base today, Steve Pearce. Kevin Kiermaier, outstanding in center. He'll bat eighth. And batting ninth and catching, it's Hank Conger. So let's take a look at the numbers on Masahiro Tanaka. 3 starts, 1-0, 3.06, 17 and 2/3 innings, 13 hits, 16 strikeouts, and 5 walks. He's allowed 1 home run. Paul, let's check out the pitcher scouting report brought to you by your Tri-Honda dealers.
Well, he was the stopper. He ended a 4-game losing streak with a terrific start Sunday versus Seattle, the only game they won in that series. 2 earned runs, 7 innings pitched, 6 Ks, and no walks. And he's scoring more with the sinker this year. 25% of his pitches have been sinkers, and with a good sinker, everybody knows about his split finger, but his good sinker, you get good ground ball control. 65%. This is the highest rate in them, and Major League Baseball, the average is 45%. So Tanaka, good number so far.
All right, so the Yankees win last night by a score of 6-3, and today, their defense behind Masahiro Tanaka is presented by our good friends at Geico. You've got Gardner in left, Ellsbury in center, and Beltran over in right. Infield, Headley, Gregorius, Castro, and Teixeira. That's third to first. McCann's behind the plate. Tanaka is on the mound. Now, with a left-hander starting for the Tampa Bay Rays, you're used to seeing Aaron Hicks in there. He really hurt his shoulder yesterday, jammed it, woke up today. It still hurt. So the Yankees will send him to get an MRI on the shoulder, and they'll cross their fingers and hope for the best.
You know, with the injury of Hicks, though, this is the lineup, closer to the lineup than most people thought you would see day in and day out with the Yankees. Gardner in left, Ellsbury in center, Beltran in right. But you could tell with that dive last night, you just kind of roll over a little bit and it stretches, you know, that shoulder.
Took him a while to get up.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Here in the Bronx, the first pitch is a strike, and we are underway. Ted Barrett is the home plate ump. Ben May at first. Angel Hernandez at second. And Will Little is the third base ump. Forsythe had a pair of doubles yesterday. And a strike.
Wow, there's a high strike there. I mean, a lot of hitters have given up on that ball high in the strike zone. And I tell you what, these 9 days, 8 days I've been here, I've seen a lot more high strikes called than in the past.
And the 0-2. Lined and caught by Castro.
That wasn't the best 0-2 pitch, but he got the results. He got him out. This pitch is going to stay kind of middle. And Forsythe's been a hot hitter. We told you last night he's hitting 10 of his last 11. You can see it right to the middle as the ball kind of fades to the middle of the plate. And Forsythe put a charge into it, but doesn't get the result he wanted.
You know what? Leadoff hitter, you're 0-2. You make a mistake. Could have been a double into right center. What a big break for Tanaka. Nothing worse than getting off to a bad start.
Here's Logan Morrison. And there's a strike.
And speaking of bad starts, Morrison's season got off 0 for 12. And right now he's 0 for 18. So he's been struggling. 2 for 41.
Oh, Lord. Do you ever remember getting off to a horrible start like that?
Yeah.
You did?
My last year. I knew it was going to be my last year.
That was enough?
Yeah.
In the middle of it, you called it quits?
No. I just knew I can't continue like this.
I was very fortunate to always get off to pretty good starts. And I think the worst start, it didn't end up being, a weak thing, but I was 0 for 6 on opening day. And that's extra inning games, obviously. And it just sends you home in a bad mood. Like, wow, what's this season? There's a good split finger from Tanaka. That's his strikeout pitch.
Morrison now 0 for his last 19.
And he's also struck out 19 times in 42 at-bats. So he's been struggling big time. Now, this guy had a good year last year in Seattle. He hit 17 home runs, the second highest he's ever hit, but he's yet to get on track with the Rays.
Here's Evan Longoria, half a day off for him as he's the DH with Pierce playing third. Yankees playing the pull, 3 infielders on the left side. And Tanaka deals. Check swing, he did not go, said Ben May.
Kenny, I remember last night Longoria had some good swings and some high fly balls, which means he just missed a couple pitches. Big home run threat. Obviously,
fly ball right field. Beltran back. Makes the play on the run for the final out of the inning. The Rays go down in order 1-2-3 against Tanaka. Rays nothing. Yankees coming to bat. Real exciting there for a moment for Snell. This is how close it came to making him a little ill. Nice play by Jennings. So the Yankees have a 1-0 lead. And Tanaka deals to Dickerson, swung on and missed.
And he saw A-Rod. He was playing in the Kingdom, really. That's way out of the Kingdom.
Oh, kidding me? It's like you're home away from home, and you love it.
Oh, I loved it, yeah. Speaking of new homes, Dickerson, until last night, had never played at Yankee Stadium.
Oh, yeah?
So he's, of course, with the Rockies all those years. And the Rockies actually come to Yankee Stadium this year, don't they?
No, Yankees from Colorado.
Yankees go there, yeah.
It's one road trip as a hitter. You're glad you're going on the road. If you go in there swinging the bat well, with that air and that ballpark, it'd be a fun series.
Ground ball, backhanded by Gregorius. Lost the handle, but he has the arm to make up for it.
I'll tell you, Didi, he's had a little trouble gloving some of these balls, but obviously his arm strength makes up for it. You see a little backhand play. He's going to come up, hit him right in the heel. Luckily bounced right into his hand. Actually, it looks like the seams are all set up for him there, right there. A little four-seamer right over across the diamond.
Here's Desmond Jennings. And a strike.
This is Jennings' 16th game or 17th game with the Rays. He only played 28 all last year because of knee problems. So he's played more than half as many games as he did last year.
Count 2-1.
Now we got a bright, sunshiny day.
Sounds like the lyrics to a song or something.
Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. Jennings down on strikes. Second strikeout for Tanaka.
Another off-speed pitch. See if it's a slider or the. Yeah, that's a slider right on the outside corner. Split finger the pitch before, so back-to-back breaking ball or off-speed pitches. Tanaka's so good at mixing up things. Again, he's kind of basing his counts around his sinker, and then he has that strikeout pitch with that split finger that ends up in the dirt a lot of times.
Here's Brad Miller.
Another player for these Rays has gotten off to somewhat of a slow start this year. 2 for 28 getting the season started.
Every time you say that, I get this like pit in my stomach. It's just like it makes it such a long year to dig yourself out of those holes in April. Some guys are easy with it. They just say, "Oh, I'll catch up later." I was never able to see the bright side of getting off to a bad start.
Yeah, but if you go off for 1 week after that, you know what I mean?
You're not going to change his mind, Kenny.
I know.
Yeah.
But he got off to pretty good starts.
That's right. Never had to worry about it.
Because I couldn't take it the other way, you know. I always felt though, right when you broke into the season, I mean, your concentration the first month of the season, it's perfect. It doesn't get any better. And as you get tired throughout the year, every once in a while you lose it a little bit. But boy, your at bats should be just concentration-wise, just exactly where you want them to be.
2-2 on Miller. Miller came over from the Seattle Mariners, and that was the deal that sent Nathan Carnes, who pitched well against the Yankees in the series that started this homestand. Former second-round pick for Seattle. The 2-2. Foul back.
Yeah, Miller last year at Seattle, he played third, short, second, all three outfield positions, started games in all those positions. But here, with the Rays, he's going to play shortstop. I mean, they're solid in the outfield here with the Rays at second base. Forsythe has that. Longoria at third. So they're looking for him to be an everyday shortstop.
Two. Fly ball, center field. Almost in dead center. Ellsbury puts it away. 3 up, 3 down for Tanaka here in the second. We go to the bottom of the second. Yankees 1, Rays nothing.
Because you never see it, you're right, Kenny. I'm sure you never tried it. I never tried it.
No.
I mean, you only have a couple players in the league that will even attempt it.
Suicide squeeze is pretty exciting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Home run kind of juices you up a bit.
Triples.
Triples are cool.
Yeah.
That should be the title of my third book, Paul. Triples are cool.
You got your first 2 out yet? Or?
No, I've just got the titles.
Oh, that's right. So they're in the vault, right?
The title of the first one is K doesn't always mean strikeout.
Okay, I go with that.
You like that?
You thought that one out.
Oh, since I was about 6. I haven't really gotten the second book yet, but I know Triples Are Cool is the third book. The 0-2. Fly ball down the left field line. Giving chase is Gardner. And it's just foul. Just foul by Pierce. Flirted with the foul pole, flirted with a home run.
You know, Mike, as nice as I am, when you get those about finished, you send them my way and I'll edit them for you.
Really?
Yeah. Huh? Make sure you don't have anything spelled wrong or anything like that.
There's going to be an O'Neill chapter, don't you worry.
That was closer than, I thought it was going to be, as you see it coming right into your picture here. That's maybe 3 feet, yard or so foul. Just short of the first down. We saw Pierce at first base last night. Today he's playing third. He used to play a little bit of the outfield. Former Oriole. The Yankees briefly.
One-two. Swing and a miss. Third strikeout for Tanaka.
Paul, I heard you talking about the other day pitches that look like strikes and then they aren't.
Mm-hmm.
And Tanaka's kind of a master of that. Slider just broke just off the plate, looked like it was going to go for the corner. Pierce reaches, can't reach it. Splitter the same way. Looks like he's going right down the middle and it drops out of the zone.
Yeah, there's such a difference from a hitter's eye that out of the hand it looks like a strike and ends up out of the strike zone. And you know, we were talking about that a lot when Severino was pitching. Hitters look like they know ball strike right out of his hand. There's nothing that's in the zone and then out of the zone. That he wasn't getting any swing and misses. He really has to earn his strikeouts by just throwing the ball by people.
It's like the illusion of a strike. Now you see it, now you don't.
Kiermaier came out of nowhere, 31st round pick for the Rays, and Kenny has detailed what a great defender he is. Now his offense has not caught up with his defense, but the word around the big leagues is the way he plays defense, you can keep him in the lineup even if he doesn't hit that much.
Right now he's working on a 4-game hitting streak, but that's following an 0 for 19. So he's kind of bounced back and forth here in the early going.
There's a base hit to right field. That's the first hit for Tampa Bay.
5-game hitting streak.
Well, last year, Kiermaier saved 42 runs defensively. The second place player is 25 for Andrelton Simmons of the Braves. Just amazing. So the 42 is the most runs saved since this metric has been tracked in 2003.
I'd like to know the parameters of the metric. I mean, how do you know 100% you saved a run? I mean, that's an impressive stat. We see he's a great outfielder.
I think he saved one. We just saw one today.
I mean, does that count? Yes. Or is it a diving catch with a man on third? Or?
Well, I've seen him take away home runs. It certainly count.
Yeah.
They are refining defensive metrics, but they feel that they do have runs saved down where there's a runner at second and he makes a diving catch to take away a single. That's a run saved.
Plus his throwing arm is one of the best. He's one of the outfielders who can throw 100 miles an hour. When you think of the center fielders in the Eastern Division, it's pretty well manned out there.
1-0.
You've got Ellsbury here, who's won a Gold Glove. Adam Jones in Baltimore's won 4 of them.
Right.
You've got Kiermaier's won a Platinum Glove. You've got Pilar in Toronto, pretty good out to center fielder, and same with Jackie Bradley Jr. in Boston. I mean, all of them are good defensive center fielders. Strength up the middle. What age do you think scouts begin to follow players? Probably 15, 16?
Yeah, I was very surprised. And my scout used to tell me they start watching kids in junior high, 14, 15 years old. Start to see how they progress.
He might have started following Conger in Little League because he played 38 games one year, hit 33 home runs.
It's a pretty good year.
Yeah, it's
wow.
33 homers in Little League.
Imagine the press conferences you'd have to do that. Up here, Story got off to such an unbelievable start this year with the home runs.
Swing and a miss. Throw to second. Not in time. Gregorius holds the glove up, says I still have the ball. But the second base umpire, Angel Hernandez, said nope. He was in there.
We told you Kiermaier can run. This is his 3rd steal of the year. Let's see how close this play was. Good grab. Wow.
But does he go off the base? Let's see.
You got to keep the glove on him. He's off the base, but the glove's not on him.
Whereas falling away from the play, could not hold on. You see Kiermaier go back.
They're going to challenge it to begin with.
Well, the Yankees will challenge. So we'll see if Kiermaier remains at second or if he is thrown out. Looks like they got him on the rear end, but was the left foot on second base.
Gregorius' left foot's in there. Watch, he doesn't get to the base on time.
Yeah, he's out. At least I think. See, he slides it to his foot. Yep. He doesn't actually touch the base.
It was unintentional, but it sure helped. That's gonna, with this replay, that's going to be a new art for the middle infielders on, receiving the ball and being able to keep that tag on, because you see at the end of this play, this happens a lot. Guys lose touch of the base.
Right there. A good play by Gregorius just to come up with it.
Well, the crowd's watching it on the board, so they think that he's out. That's why you hear the cheering. The umpires have the headsets on. So they are playing in a New York minute on the scoreboard, and that New York minute said he's out.
Yep.
I think it took a little bit more than a New York minute, but Yankee fans don't mind.
Good play by Gregorius to dig that ball out and make some sort of contact with Kiermaier.
Great story in the Times, I think it was earlier in the week, that Yankees' secret weapon is Brett Weber. He's the guy who mans the replay machine and tells Joe Girardi whether or not to challenge, and he is really right more than anybody else in baseball. When they challenge, they're usually right.
Didn't the article say 77% of the time?
Yesterday they got one wrong, but he's right a lot.
He's got a red phone in his office down.
And the 3-2. Fly ball, right field. And Beltran makes the play on the warning track for the final out of the third. No runs a hit, no errors, and nobody left. We go to the bottom of the third. .com at Bat app. Stay up to the moment at any moment with game day, live game video highlights, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at Bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone and tablet. I've got to give you some props.
Give them up. Let's go.
Kenny, you're going to be impressed by this. Paul just said something back in 1993. Paul doesn't remember what happened on Monday, but in 1993, he remembered the exact scenario where Williams stole home. He stole second base. He went to third on a wild throw by Frank Thomas, then stole home on lefty Wilson Alvarez.
See that?
That's impressive.
It's amazing the way your mind works. As my wife says the same thing. How can and Robbie Kakuza, we were sitting in his office talking the other day, and he said the same thing. Reggie Jackson could talk to you about it at bat 40 years ago, and I can talk about at bats that happened in the World Series in 2000. You remember every pitch, the situation, everything, and you can forget to put the garage door down if Mama just told you to. It's the way it is.
That bad throw didn't keep Frank Thomas out of the Hall of Fame.
No. He didn't get in there throwing guys out.
No, he didn't. He got in there hitting them out.
And he quickly transitioned to full-time DH status.
Yeah. Well, he was. That's one of the most appropriate nicknames in the history of the Big Hurt. It's a great nickname.
Well, Tanaka's faced a minimum 9 over the first 3. Gave up a hit, and that hit was erased. Caught stealing. Grounded to third. Backhanded by Headley. Gets to his feet. Fires. Got him. Nice play by Chase Headley.
Yesterday before the game, I was talking to Headley about the Yankees infielders come out early and take fielding practice. And they did it yesterday with Joe Espada, the Yankee infielder instructor and third base coach. And Headley told me one reason they do that is because when you take ground balls during batting practice, you can't get your rhythm going because you catch the ball, you have to wait while the ball is hit by that batter, and then you make your throw. So it kind of throws it off. But if they get out there early enough, there's nobody taking batting practice, and they can work on their rhythm. Nice pitch right there. So a good idea by Joe Espada. Get all the infielders out there early before batting practice.
Yeah, it really is. If you watch batting practice, guys get their work in, but you're right. In between everything you're doing, you're looking back to see where that batted ball is coming. And if you better be, because every once in a while somebody will line one right at you.
Yeah. And that's something you probably can only you can't do it on the road because you don't get that much time. You can do it at home though. Everybody come in a little early.
Logan Morrison making this team led to a surprise release by the Rays of James Loney, and they owed him money too. And this is a team that doesn't throw around money. A $57 million payroll, which is the lowest in baseball, and Loney was owed $9 million, and they just let him go, cut him loose.
He was the player that they gave the highest free agent contract to.
Yep.
That doesn't count on your payroll. Then when
it does count.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, you're paying it.
Yeah. So it's 57.
57 million
minus 9.
Yeah.
So they're really $49 million.
Yeah.
Well, whatever they're paying Morrison.
Well, that's included, but Morrison, that one is lined into right field, and it's past Beltran and goes to the scoreboard. Playing it out there is Ellsbury. So a double for Logan Morrison. So that breaks an 0 for 19.
0 for 19. It's his first extra base hit of the year.
Tanaka in that at bat missed up in the strike zone after he tried to hit the sinker low. Then he got a couple balls up. This is something Morrison was looking for.
Here's Longoria. Fly ball to right in the first inning. Hit the ball well. Run down in right center by Beltran. And a strike.
The slider there. I haven't really seen a ton of split fingers today, Ken. You don't know if doesn't feel like he has a good one, or if he's going to, keep it for situations like this. A lot of sinkers, a lot of sliders.
Usually that's his two-strike pitch.
Yeah, his strikeout pitch for sure. And you have to see the release here. I mean, that can be a hanging slider, or that can be the split finger. Either way, that's a pretty good pitch to hit. Not where he wants to put it. There's a good split finger there. You see the movement down and in. That's not a slider break. So that 0-2, you get back to that split finger.
You can see it just coming off the fingertips there.
It's funny, you see his reaction on that pitch. He really didn't even like that. It was a pretty good pitch.
The 0-2. Fly ball, right center, converging Beltran and Ellsbury. Ellsbury makes the catch on the warning track. Tagging and going to third is Morrison. Well, that ball really traveled.
Tried to surprise Longoria with a fastball, and to me, Longoria is always ready for the fastball. Another ball, last two nights, another one where he just missed.
To your point, Michael, about the ball going to the warning track, I think back to A-Rod's drive in the first. I have a feeling the wind somehow in the stadium is going from left to right today. Just enough to hurt A-Rod's ball and to help that one.
All right, with Dickerson coming up, let's take a look at the Jeep Hitter Scan Report on Corey.
Well, so far so good. He was traded from Colorado, which Kenny talked about earlier, and he leads the team in homers, extra base hits, and slugging percentage. A good platoon bat, .312 against righties. Most of the time he's up there lefties. And he's aggressive. He swings at the first pitch 47% of the time. 8th highest in Major League Baseball.
He didn't swing at that one because it was too nasty.
Yeah.
Knee high on the outside corner.
And it came over from the Rockies in the deal that sent Jake McGee to Colorado. He was an 8th round draft pick by Colorado. He's 26 years old.
They're talking about his power. His power, everybody plays for the Rockies. He plays up in the thin air. His power translates at sea level, too. He can hit the ball a long way.
I mean, there's just a few guys that you look back and they're just good hitters. They happen to play in Colorado. I mean, Tulowitzki's going to put numbers up anyway.
Served out into left field. Going back is Gardner. Still back. It's over his head and up against the wall. So Dickerson picks up a double. Morrison scores, and the game is tied at 1. That ball kept going, and Gardner thought he had a beat on it, and then it just was over his head.
Also another 2-strike pitch, kind of surprising. It's a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. He put the barrel on it, and it has a tendency to carry, but that's usually the spot for that split-fingered fastball. Gardner, no chance. Tie game.
Pitch was up and out over the plate.
He was trying to throw that ball just a little bit farther outside, try to sneak that fastball. That's 2 guys in a row with Longoria trying to sneak that fastball in that split finger count where he tries to get the strikeout.
And both pitches were up a little bit.
Nice pick there by McCann, the count 2-0. So it's a 1-1 game, top of the 4th inning here at the stadium. A beautiful Saturday afternoon in the Bronx.
That was a split finger, and you saw his reaction. It looks like he's almost frustrated that he doesn't have good command of that split finger right here. Love to watch him pitch, because if he doesn't have one thing, he'll try some. He'll figure something out. He's really used his slider well today.
3-0. Brad Miller's on deck.
Don't expect Tanaka to really give in here. Still might try to make perfect pitches, but not going to challenge anybody here with first base open. Slider on the inside corner. 3-0 slider. How do you like that, kid?
Well, I'd like it in the sense that you mentioned it is base open, and you don't want to lay one in there in case Jennings gets the green light.
Tough league. Work count 3-0, get a slider.
Yeah. You always have to have that in the back of your mind as a hitter. If that first base is open, runner in scoring position, again, off-speed pitch out of the break.
So he has 3 strikeouts so far in the game. Let's take a look at them, Paul.
Well, Tanaka, I mean, he usually is just 2-strike split finger there, 2-strike slider there, 2-strike slider there. So most of the time you're seeing that split finger down in the dirt. Today he's gone with that slider. Must not feel good control to this point with his good split finger.
Here's Brad Miller. It's all slowed down with runners on base, and the game now tied. A double by Morrison with 1 out. He moved the third on a fly ball by Longoria, and then scored on Dickerson's double over the head of Gardner and left. Gardner's playing very shallow and left right now for Miller. Pitch outside. A lot of real estate behind the Yankee left fielder.
I'll tell you one thing, you forget how big that outfielder until you get back out there again, messing around Old Timers Day, things like that. You look around and like, wow, a lot of ground to cover out here.
Runners on base coming into today, 269 opponent's batting average against. Bases empty, it's 154, so having some difficulty working out of the stretch in big spots. Not an overwhelmingly high number.
But usually you see those numbers reversed from your really good pitchers, which obviously Tanaka is considered one of those.
Tried the pick off at second, but Dickerson got back.
This is where the third base coach comes into play. He's yelling and screaming, "Get back!"
This thing's flying there.
Yeah, we get the thumb guard flying, the glove flying. Yeah, I was going to say a lot of people hold those things in their hands so you don't, hurt a finger.
But doesn't that defeat the purpose when you dive in, you let go of them?
Well, you dive in. If you let go of them, you've still landed on, the heel of your hand. You're not landing with your fingers until they open. That's the big thing, that you don't hurt your hand. I mean, they come in handy when you go to the plate. You need them to be healthy.
Two to Miller. There's a strike.
Split finger there. You see the movement away, and that's just down at the bottom of the knee, outside corner, in a 2-ball, 2-0 count. That's just a quality pitch.
So he's one pitch away from loading the bases here for Pierce. Strike, 3-2.
Another off-speed pitch. The fastball count. Now, do you believe in this split finger? To go 3-2, you try to get that fastball in. Obviously not wanting to load these bases up, but still not a pitch that you're just going to groove and challenge somebody at this point. Really holding on the base runners, a long pause in between pitches. As a hitter, sometimes just standing in there flat-footed, not a good thing. Kind of takes you out of your rhythm as a hitter also. It's a long time to stand there.
Swing and a miss, got him. Big strikeout for Tanaka. Did it on the splitter. 1 run, 2 hits, 2 men left. We're tied up as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Inning on the Cadillac scoreboard. It's a 1-1 game, and it'll be the bottom third of the Rays order, starting with Steve Pierce against Masahiro Tanaka, who struggled a bit in the 4th inning. Pierce is 33 years old. He is the oldest member of the Rays active roster, and he has bounced around. Played for the Yankees, played for the Orioles, now playing for the Rays, doing the Eastern Conference tour. Division. Got basketball in my mind.
The playoffs are going on in your stadium, buddy.
Grounded up the middle. Castro's there. Not sure if Tanaka slowed that down, but an out nonetheless.
Either he did or the mound did. Sometimes you hit a ball hard through the middle, hit the mound, and just slow down. It looked like Tanaka touched it.
If he did, then it's a 1-4-3.
Yeah. Just a 4-3.
Just a 4-3, so.
Makes a big difference in that scoreboard.
That's right. When I look at this 30 years from now, I go, what is this?
You remember that play?
Here is Kevin Kiermaier.
Look at what Tanaka is doing. I mean, he's mixing a lot of sliders in. I don't think he has a good feel for that split finger today like he does a lot of games.
That one's driven deep to right field. Fair ball, it's gone. It is off the pole. A home run for Kiermaier, and the Rays lead 2-1.
And another high fastball. And, just hooked it down the line. Just caught the pole. I tell you what, as a hitter, you hold your breath all the way down first base. Didn't quite get it in, up in the strike zone, but out over the plate just enough.
That's pretty high off the pole.
Yeah, dead center, too.
Hank Conger takes a strike.
Yep. Usually when a ball's hit like that, hitter's leaning one way and the pitcher's leaning the other way.
Exactly. It's amazing how you feel like running, your shoulders towards the field will keep that ball fair. Your heart's pounding, you hit it. There's no doubt about the distance. Good split finger there. Again, I mean, you get caught up in these pitching duels, and you talk a lot about Snell because it's first outing, but Yankee offense, again, I mean, you're down 2-1 going into the bottom of the fifth.
Conger down on strikes. Fifth strikeout for Tanaka. And back to the top of the lineup, and Logan Forsythe. Hit sharply, and a nice play by Headley. He has been playing a very good third base so far this year, bouncing back from a season last year where he made 23 errors. Second sparkler in this game. He goes down to his knees, straightens up, and fires a strike. 2-1 Rays halfway through. Next inning here at the stadium, and the Rays lead the Yankees by a score of 2-1. Logan Morrison will lead off against Masahiro Tanaka. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 in the Rays order. Morrison, Longoria, and Dickerson. Yankees have to shift on for Morrison, who doubled his last time up. There's a ground ball, a second. Bad hop, but Castro stays with it, one away. In between innings, Snell got some congratulations. His pitch count, I believe, is over 90, so he's probably done. It's exactly 90. So those are the type of high fives that could be the end of his outing.
Yeah, usually you don't get that many high fives by just getting out of the fifth inning.
Right.
Got a bro hug, too, so he's definitely done.
Bro hug is telling. Yeah.
Well, let's see who gets up in the bullpen for the Rays. Somebody's moving around out there.
And the pitch to Longoria is a strike. Longoria is 0 for 2. Fly ball to right, fly ball to center. Count 1-1.
It's Andy Romero, another one of the left-handers out there in their bullpen.
And he can throw hard. And that's what we were talking about yesterday. You get rid of a starter, and you think there's going to be a drop-off, but Andy Romero throws very hard. The 2-1. Served into center field. Sounded like a broken bat. And Ellsbury makes the play. 2 away.
Seems like these first 2 games of the series, Longoria hasn't had his ace swing at many pitches. It's just not quite there.
He's missed a lot of pitches that he usually, they go to the warning track that could have been in the seats. But, he's a guy that can get really hot on you. And, you hope that, some of the big hitters on other teams, you hope they get out in 3 days without having a big series.
Dickerson is 1 for 2. Last time up, an RBI double over the head of Gardner and left.
Yeah, the Rays go back home after they're finishing up the series here tomorrow. They play Baltimore. You hope he gets out against the Orioles.
Longoria is just one of those guys. He's a good guy, good player, and it's just so much is built around him on this team, and he's been part of the. The Rays went through a stretch there where they were playoff teams, and some good things happened there for a while. Joe Madden, a big part of it. Obviously, he's gone now with the Cubs, working his magic there.
The 1-1. Hammered to right field, a base hit for Dickerson. Pitch up in the zone. So he is 2 for 3.
Kent took one and backswing, just hammered it. Wow.
Man. Take another look at it here. The follow through.
Ooh,
man. Barrel of the bat to the side of the face.
That's bad. It comes at an angle where it knocks the mask off. Obviously, no intent. It's just. I really am amazed at what catchers go through. After you play long careers, you look back and what some of the catchers go through, Posada and some Girardi's, the guys you play with, they just get beat up day after day.
Some McCann take a foul ball off the foot in Toronto and had to miss a game.
Paul, you know what their reward is for getting beaten up? They become major league managers.
Yeah, that goes along with the territory. If you're a catcher, you got a good chance. It's kind of like a lefty. You can pitch the bullpen.
Kevin Cash, former catcher. We know Joe Girardi, former catcher. Fly ball, center field, and Ellsbury is there. No runs hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 2-1 Tampa Bay. All right, we are going to go to the 7th inning. It's 2-1 Tampa Bay over New York. And the Rays have 2 runs on 5 hits with 1 error. The Yankees 1-3-0.
Wow, back-to-back starts. Tanaka's pitched into the 7th inning. He's still out there.
GMC scoreboard 2-1 Tampa Bay. Brad Miller against Tanaka. Foul back. Tanaka's pitch count's in pretty good shape. That was the 85th pitch. You can't ask in this day and age of baseball much more than the pitcher giving you 7 innings.
A couple runs. He's been doing this every start. 1-0 right now. It just shows you the Yankee offense has not been able to give pitchers leads that he can pitch with. As good as he's been, I don't think he's really had command of his fastball. It's been up lately. His split finger he hadn't used a lot.
It shows you, Paul, that even when he doesn't have his best stuff, he can keep you in the game.
Yeah.
And if he'd had some offensive support, I'd make him relax a little bit more, and he could find what he's looking for today.
I was talking the other night. Pitching in a 1-run game is so much different because every single pitch, can dictate the outcome of the game. You have a 3-4 run lead, you can kind of expand what you're trying to do and things, but when you have to pitch this carefully, you're afraid if you don't feel well with your split finger, you're afraid to continually throw it till you find it. because if you hang one, it's a home run. And, it's just too much pressure on every pitch in close games to try to find something.
Full count on Miller. Miller's 0 for 2 with a fly ball to center and a strikeout.
Big batter here. 3-2 pitch leading off the inning.
Swing and a tip into the glove of McCann.
Into the fastball there. Got a strikeout. Again, big out there. You don't want to see a leadoff hitter get on, set up an inning. Good movement. Oh, actually hit in the heel of the glove and stayed in the catcher's mitt with McCann.
6 strikeouts now. All swinging.
And 1 walk. Here's Steve Pearce. Flirted with a home run in the 3rd inning. Hit one right down the line. Just missed the pole. Ended up striking out and then grounded to second. So he's 0 for 2.
It's a good split finger there. You see that downward movement and it goes towards the righty where his slider goes away. It's more accustomed to the way you're used to seeing him throw that fastball where he just darts it on the outside corner with a lot of movement.
Swing and a miss. Pierce down on strikes. Strikeout number 7.
Well, there's Tanaka. I mean, that's the Tanaka when he's at his best. You're used to seeing good fastball, and then you come back with a strikeout pitch out of the strike zone.
So McCann just signaled, get it out here. Make sure you get it away from him. And Pierce helped him out by chasing it.
Here's Kiermaier. He's the difference in this game with the home run off the foul pole in right field in the 5th inning. That was the 2nd run for the Rays. They lead 2-1.
The Rays have 5 hits today, all of them from left-handed batters. So the right-handers have been held back by Tanaka. Morrison has 1, Dickerson has 2, and Kiermaier has 2. And that's going to your point, Paul, about maybe the split finger not being as effective today, because that's the one that usually gives the lefties the fits.
The 1-1. Grounded to first. Backing up is Teixeira. He will flip to Tanaka, who beats Kiermaier to the bag. And a 1-2-3 7th inning here in the Bronx. So the Rays go down in order. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. And the Rays lead the Yankees by a score of 2-1. But we're going to stay right where we are to honor America here in the Bronx.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise and remove your caps? And please direct your attention to the area behind home plate as the New York Yankees welcome an honored military guest. United States Marine Corps Lance Corporal Scott Wright from Jamaica, New York, who served in Operation Desert Storm. The Yankees say thank you for your sacrifice and service to our nation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please join in Kate Smith's rendition of God Bless America.